Today, we're gonna be baking cookies, but I think I can do it without a recipe. I think I can do this not even fully from memory, but just like guessing. I've done a lot of baking in my life, and I've gone to baking classes, so not to brag, but I know some things. Daniel has a cookbook from a TikToker / YouTuber that he likes. This guy. He's pretty famous, you probably know who he is. Anyways, in there is a recipe for what's called cowboy cookies. Cowboy cookies is basically a variation on a chocolate chip cookie. If you know anything about baking, chocolate chip cookies are supremely easy, super easy. I've made them 1,000 times from scratch before. I've made variations on them 1,000 times before. So I think I can make cowboy cookies with no instructions. The only instructions we looked at, or I looked at all, was what's in it, like what counts, because I would have probably put M&Ms in it if you had asked me.
Yeah.
Daniel is going to follow the recipe, and I am not. And we're gonna see how they turn out. That includes baking temperature and time. I guesstimate that it'll be 350 degrees for about 8 to 11 minutes is typical for chocolate chip cookies. So that's what I'm gonna do. He's gonna do what the instructions actually say. We have all our ingredients out here, but I don't know the measurements.
If they would even see that.
So we have all the ingredients out here. I don't know any of the measurements. Daniel's gonna follow the recipe exactly. I'm just gonna guess based off of my prior knowledge of baking chocolate chip cookies so many times. The only difference between this recipe and the chocolate chip cookie recipe is they use dark brown sugar. I've never used dark brown sugar, I just use the regular brown sugar. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference besides taste and color. So I don't think that's gonna change my measurements any. But
the next challenge is we'll just throw random ingredients on the table.
And I have to guess.
Yeah, you have to guess which ones are what or what you use.
I'm gonna get to the point where I'm mixing, and then you're gonna do yours so you don't influence mine. I will ask one clarifying question. How many cookies is it supposed to make? Because that'll determine a lot. A dozen? 2 dozen?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say? That's a shit cookbook.
Oh, 4 dozen.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I didn't realize it says it.
4 dozen?
4 dozen. But that depends on how big you make, like.
But still, that means those measurements are probably really big. So when you make yours, half the recipe.
Yeah.
When you make yours, just follow the instructions, just half all the ingredients, and I'll make mine guesstimation style. Because I was gonna put 2 to 3 cups of flour for 1 to 2 dozen cookies. So for 4 dozen, I would put in 6 cups of flour, which sounds insane. So I'm going to not do that. Yes, don't give me any hints. I'm gonna start with the sugar. I'm gonna put in a full cup of sugar.
So you want me to half this recipe?
Yeah. Because even if mine turn out shit.
Are you sure? Because we are taking these 2.
You want to bring 8 dozen cookies?
Not 8 dozen.
If mine turn out well, that's 8 dozen cookies.
I will eat half of them, okay?
If they turn out really good, then I will also eat.
Exactly. That's why we might want to make full batches.
1 cup of sugar. Oh, we also have brown sugar. Oh, I forgot.
I'm gonna make a full batch.
Okay.
And then we just have the dough. We can just eat the dough out of the sugar.
I forgot we had brown sugar. I probably should have done 2/3 cup of real sugar and 1/3 cup of the brown sugar. I forgot 1/3 cup of the brown sugar because I've never seen a recipe that requires more than that. Can you just cut it?
Oh, you don't want like that?
No, just cut it. Brown sugar doesn't pour. You do brown sugar like this.
Oh.
And then you pack it down like that. 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Brown sugar, I'm not adding salt. I know it's in the recipe. It's a leftover because my mom was hypoglycemic, so she couldn't have salt. Or whichever the one is where you can't have salt.
I know you like baking without it.
Yeah, so I never bake with salt. And some people say that it affects the taste.
We'll see, I guess.
I just didn't want my mom to die.
My family's diabetic, so if they eat these, they'll die anyway.
If you do too much, it'll taste like shit. But if you don't do enough, it won't rise. Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot.
Fluff up.
I have to make sure they're not like rock hard. I'm gonna do a tablespoon. Just so I can see the consistency and make it easier to guess whether or not I'm doing this correctly. Okay, I'm gonna go with 2 cups of flour.
So once you get to the mixing stage, and I start mine, do you want me to actually read out the ingredients I'm using? Like how much?
Yeah, sure.
That way you can stand and baffle me.
You can see how close I got.
You use 2 cups?
Yeah, I used 2 cups of sugar.
That was flour.
Yeah, flour, sorry. Okay. Now, I'm gonna guess 1 full cup of butter. Wow. Look in there. of vanilla. I'm gonna say 1 teaspoon. Maybe more later on because let's see, but 3 eggs is my guess of eggs. And then we'll mix it and see the consistency. And depending on the consistency, I might change some of that.
Do you want me to remind you if you miss anything that's sitting on the table or no?
No.
We have a mixer too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to cut it up a little bit so that it doesn't explode when I try to mix around. Oven's at the temperature. Bitch, get off my whisk.
Oh my god. Maybe turn it off. You good?
I was literally thinking, what if I catch myself breaking a hand on video?
I'm glad you're okay. All I can say is this smells really good.
Well, that at the top, that's what it's supposed to look like. But look, that's pretty close. Taste test. Need more sugar. It's not bad though. It's just heavy on the flour. Add in another third of the brown sugar because I tasted it and it wasn't sweet enough. But like that creamy consistency looks good. Cookie dough is supposed to mostly keep in shape.
I'm honestly surprised this recipe doesn't have more wet ingredients.
If anything, it would be like a little bit of milk. We have another bowl.
I was about to say, why are you throwing it into mine?
Because I can't reach the other bowl. That's good. Now the easy part. Throw all this shit in. Okay. Now, I'm not measuring. Anybody who doesn't measure chocolate chip cookies based on their heart is a bad baker.
Good for you to measure by your heart, but remember, I still have to make a batch.
I'm not gonna use all of it because mine is an incredibly small batch, honestly.
I'm gonna laugh when
Plus those cons are huge.
I'm gonna laugh when we make mine, or when I make mine and you just go, that is not 4 dozen.
Because 4 dozen is so much. Now I do like coconut.
Scissors?
Jesus.
I fear.
Coconut.
That was what I was gonna say might want to have been added before to mix in with the dry. Oh hey look, a recipe for oatmeal raisin cookies.
See, I would have definitely added M&Ms to this also. Can I have some of this sweet coconut? Even though the recipe says unsweetened, I want sweet coconut.
That's your recipe. Now do you want to fold those in or actually mix them?
Mix. So my measurements were based on vibes. It looks good. Look at that.
It just looks like chocolate chip cookies.
I was gonna say, that didn't seem very enthusiastic. You were like, yep.
I'm just going off the picture I saw for the cookies, and that's not it.
Well, the cookies aren't baked yet.
No, so the reason I say that is because I know.
It's 90% oatmeal.
Yeah.
That tastes like shit. I don't want cookies that are 90% oatmeal.
I think it was the oatmeal is more of a filler.
Yeah.
And I think it was designed
That's why it makes 4 dozen?
Yeah, I think it was designed to make large batches of cookies for like relatively not that much stuff.
That makes sense.
Is it mixed up?
I think so.
Alright, now you want to put that aside and let me do mine?
Yeah, you can start one.
Alright.
Trying my best to clean this. Okay, so the correct way. I'm guessing so many oats. But beyond that, because I know I definitely didn't put enough oats in, I think I got close.
First instruction. Lay coconut, pecan, and oats flat on a baking sheet and toast for 8 to 10 minutes.
Are you gonna do that?
No.
But I can see why that would taste better.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get it. That would also explain why they're unsweetened coconut shreds, because the other ones would caramelize.
Yeah.
Okay, a large bowl, cream, butter, sugar, and brown sugar. Give me butter.
How much?
I need 1 cup.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so butter
1
correct.
cup of butter.
Butter's correct. Hell yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and use this because it tells me to use 2 bowls. What do you think goes in? Sugar. 1 cup of sugar.
Oh, so I was right. I think that's exactly how much I did.
Yeah, I think so.
And this makes 4 dozen?
Yep.
Unless you added like 7 cups of oats, I don't believe that.
2.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
They were small cookies? Oh.
They're tiny cookies, bite-sized cookies.
And brown sugar, which is a cup.
Okay, I was close. I did 2/3 of a cup. 2/3 of a cup is enough. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, it says cream this.
If we got the exact same shit, and then switch the flour for like protein flour. They're basically just Cliff Bars.
It also says that you can take out everything, like the oats and everything, and put Rice Krispies in.
I think I'll put it.
I was supposed to beat in eggs in the middle of this after I do this.
Sounds about right. Okay. Yeah. How much eggs?
2 eggs.
Oh, okay. So I did too many eggs. I did 3 eggs.
That exploded. Keep going.
I don't want to use eggs.
Okay, good. Are those large eggs?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, and then 1 tablespoon of vanilla.
So I did 1 like teaspoon, so I did not put enough vanilla in. It's a lot of vanilla.
You also did that splash at the end.
Yeah, so, but that one wasn't measured. I just did that thing where it like rips the top layer of the plastic off.
Now in a separate do the flour, salt, and baking soda.
How much flour?
Flour. 2 cups.
Ah, hell yeah! Success on the flour.
1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda.
Oh, so I did too much baking soda because I did a tablespoon.
Yours are going to be big.
Or just taste sour.
Does it taste sour before or after you cook it? Should I mix it and slowly pour this in? Or?
Yeah, that's what you typically do so that it doesn't explode. Just pull a wire.
Oh, chop the pecans fine.
You said halved pecans.
That's what it says.
We have chopped pecans.
Oh. Oops.
You put those in half because I did that too.
But it says to chop them in the instructions that it says on the ingredients halved. I only look at the
That's
ingredients.
stupid as shit.
It is.
Put yours in whole, bitch.
No. This is the follow this.
Are you gonna chop them?
I can?
You better, because you're not using my chopped ones.
I bought those chopped ones. What do you mean?
Yeah, but they're for my cake.
That's true.
Sabotage.
You talking shit?
I'm being sabotaged. The ingredient is chopped pecans, not fucking halved pecans.
1 heaping cup of halved pecans.
I didn't put that many pecans in mine because they were fucking halves. And I was like, who wants a whole of fucking half pecan?
I didn't know.
You're supposed to toast these before you cut them?
I'm assuming it's so that they don't burn, because with more surface area, they might burn more. I'm gonna laugh when some of yours just don't have pecans in them and some of them just have all the pecans in them.
Yeah, because who the fuck puts halved pecans in cookies?
They could have put the abbreviations will be chopped later. Now it says mix these in with the coconut.
How much coconut?
1 cup.
Not enough.
Okay, 2 cups of of
That's not a lot of oats. Way more than I put in.
I
I put in maybe a cup.
and chocolate chips.
How much chocolate chips?
It's 2 cups.
Okay, that's a good amount. How much is left in the bag? What are you laughing at? Now we show. I think I made chocolate chip cookies and you made oatmeal raisin cookies.
With chocolate chip dough.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. Not bad.
It's salty.
You made chocolate chip cookies?
I made chocolate chip cookies, you made oatmeal cookies.
Yeah, yours is a bit sweeter than mine. It says do tablespoons.
Those are so small. This size?
Round tablespoons.
Oh my god, that's so tiny. Got vanilla in it.
Babe,
What?
just do this.
Mine are stickier than that.
I can make mine into a ball.
Yeah, mine are too sticky for that.
Hey, okay.
Never came out way easier.
Is that the problem? This metal one just doesn't like to cooperate?
Maybe.
Oh my god. Mine come out of this thing so easily. I love how I'm just putting these things out and how there's whack.
How many are supposed to go on a tray?
I don't know. Put as many as you can fit. This is chaos baking.
I'm just worried they're gonna run into each other. Chaos baking and correct baking.
Yeah, I could see this making 4 dozen cookies, just saying.
Yeah, because they're tiny cookies. Unless they're gonna spread out like a lot. But chocolate chip cookies do spread.
I'm not sure if mine will spread because of the oat.
The best way to do this is actually with an ice cream scooper. Because then you can go and get all the
I
shit.
think the best way to do this is correctly.
We'll find out when your family tells us whose is better.
They're gonna tell you yours is better regardless.
No, you won't tell them whose is whose. Blind taste test.
Straight up, they're gonna look at these and be like, these are yours, those are mine. Alright, show them the tray. Lift it up. Let me get a good view. Alright, let's pop these in the oven. We're gonna have to do several rounds of baking. The amount we have.
They're going in the oven at 350. Mine for 10 minutes. Yours for
11 to 13.
I win! Can you guess whose is whose? Mine definitely needed more room. That one's a little soupy in the middle. They're not horrible though. It's the one pecan.
Yeah.
We'll have to taste them when they cool down, and then we can decide whose is good. Alright, we got cookies.
Can you tell which is which?
Who's gonna try first?
Show yours.
The good ones? Oh.
I had a chocolate chip cookie with just some oats in it.
Yeah, you know what's not in it? Cons.
No, there's that one with just a giant pecan in the middle.
That's pretty good. It's not like it tastes too sour. It does. It's almost like too elastic.
You can taste the oats.
It's a little bit too chewy. It's good though.
I don't like it.
It's not enough coconut. A little bit burnt. What do you
Can you
think?
taste the salt?
I can taste the salt.
I like it.
Which one do you like better?
I like them both.
I like mine better because I don't like salt. I wish they were a little bit more flaky or like poofy like yours. I just don't look like that.
No.
What happened?
You can taste the oats really much in that one, but it goes with everything else. Can you really not taste the coconut in that one?
Yeah, not really.
Still out so much.
In conclusion, I think if I hadn't used one too many eggs, they'd be very good chocolate chip cookies. Not oatmeal cookies, for sure.
These are really good cowboy cookies. I've had cowboy cookies before. This is it. I do like yours. Yours are really good.
Yeah, so I made a cookie with no instructions. Yeah, maybe not the same cookie we were trying to make, but I made a cookie.
You pretty much made chocolate chip cookie dough and then sprinkled oats in it.
Oats and coconut and 2 pecans. I think the extra egg really fucked me because it was so liquidy that now it's all dispersed. What do you think would happen if we mix them together?
Maybe we do that with the last dozen.
Or
if we do that, we'll show a little clip of it at the end.
no.